Today is Wednesday, September 11th. This is Noreen Johnson, and here are the good news headlines of the day. Former President Donald Trump cited his assassination attempt during his debate against Vice President Kamala Harris, saying he probably took a bullet to the head due to rhetoric from Harris and the Democrats. He said this from the debate stage in Philadelphia on Tuesday evening. "I probably took a bullet to the head because of the things that they say about me. They talk about democracy. I'm a threat to democracy. They're the threat to democracy." Trump's remark that he was shot probably due to Democratic rhetoric was followed by Harris saying that Trump would weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies. Trump has said he will return to Butler County, Pennsylvania in October for another rally following the attempt. And then this, sparring on politics and personality, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump showcased their starkly different visions for the country on abortion, immigration, and American democracy as they met for the first time Tuesday for perhaps their only debate before November's presidential election. The Democrat vice president moved repeatedly to get under the skin of the former Republican president, provoking him with reminders about the 2020 election lost that he still denies and derisive asides at his other claims. This as he pressed his case that Harris is an extreme left-wing flip-flopper closely aligned with the failed policies of the Biden administration. Harris not only tried to make the case that Trump is unfit for office, but tried to use her answers in a way that seemed collaborated to provoke him into launching into one of the personal attacks that his advisors and supporters have tried to steer him away from. Trump has worked hard to adapt to Harris, who is the first woman, black person, and person of South Asian descent to serve as vice president. The Republican former president has at times resorted to invoking racial and gender stereotypes, frustrating allies who want Trump to focus instead on policy differences with Harris. In other news, former President Donald Trump is coming to the Flight 93 National Memorial in Shanksville, Pennsylvania today, Wednesday, September 11th, to mark the terrorist attacks, according to KDK TV political editor John Delano. President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris are also planning a visit to the Flight 93 National Memorial on Wednesday. It's not yet known what time Biden, Harris, or Trump will visit. The White House says Biden and Harris will also travel to Ground Zero and the Pentagon. The Flight 93 National Memorial in rural Somerset County, about an hour and a half from Pittsburgh, marks the place where United Airlines Flight 93 crashed after passengers and crew voted to fight back against the hijackers. It's believed the terrorist intended target was most likely the U.S. Capitol building. Politicians often visit the memorial to mark the 9/11 attacks. In 2020, both then President Trump and Biden visited to pay their respects. It should be noted that in order to visit the historic landmark, you must be invited by a family member whose loved one is honored there. The Missouri Supreme Court on Tuesday ruled that a proposed constitutional amendment to dramatically expand abortion in the state will remain on the November 5th ballot after a circuit judge blocked the measure earlier this week. A Catholic law firm led the legal effort to get the proposed amendment struck from the ballot. Missouri's proposed Amendment 3, which originally qualified for the November ballot in August after garnering thousands of signatures, would mandate that the government shall not deny or infringe upon a person's fundamental right to reproductive freedom, including prenatal care, childbirth, postpartum care, birth control, abortion care, miscarriage care, and respectful birthing conditions. Missouri law currently protects unborn babies throughout all of the pregnancy, with the only exception being cases of medical emergency. With the Tuesday ruling, Missouri remains one of 10 states that will vote on abortion-related measures in November. And then today, September 11th, marks the feast day of Saint Jean-Gabriel Perbaud. He was a French priest of the Congregation of the Mission who served as a missionary in China, where he suffered martyrdom. He was canonized in 1996 by Pope John Paul II. Saint Gabriel, pray for us. And those are your daily good news headlines. This is Catholics for Catholics. May God bless you, and may God bless the USA.